The song's Fool's Journey by 90 Day Fiancé. How Colt is getting mystical with tarot cards amid major life challenges. I'm afraid that Colt will lose his leg. How he's performing tarot readings. Since I am unable to see into the future, I am unable to determine whether or not Colt Johnson, who is a star of the show 90 Day Fiancé, will lose his limb. However, given that he is consulting tarot cards for guidance, it is likely that he is curious about what fate has in store for him. Sometimes, tarot cards, palm reading, or astrology, Colt is a Gemini, provide us the opportunity to think about things in a variety of different ways, which in turn introduces us to a variety of new possibilities. In my own life, I have utilized all three of these techniques in order to have fun, to think of more creative methods of thinking, and to make an effort to comprehend both myself and other people. If I'm being completely honest, I've even placed wagers on Formula One races based on the astrological position of the moon, and I've been successful. On the day of the race, if the sign of the moon coincides with the sign of a very good driver, I will bet on him. I am sometimes able to determine the zodiac sign of a person simply by looking at their face from time to time. In all honesty, my success rate is really high. I have the ability to work on your natal chart, as well as read your cards and palms. I do have common sense, and I can see that the problems that Colt is facing are far too serious to be remedied with a deck of pretty cards. All of this being said, I do have common sense. In the James Bond movie Live and Let Die, the stunning solitaire is deceived by the character 007, who is a spy. The deck of tarot cards is stacked against her, and she chooses a major arcana card, which is the Lovers according to his interpretation. After that, he seduces her, but when he does so, he takes away her unique power, which is the capacity to visualize what will happen in the future. It was Colt who made the decision to play the Fool, his favorite card, on his own initiative. He was able to relate to this card because he has the feeling of being a seeker on a journey. He is someone who has a lot to learn and who does not want his life to be the same as it was in the past. The Fool is traditionally associated with beginner's luck, and Colt had a lot of that luck. He discovered the fiery Brazilian Larissa Lima, who is keeping herself busy in the year 2024 by becoming a reality TV star, with whom he survived their breakup and is now living to battle again. Nevertheless, he is no longer a complete novice, and the same patterns continue to reappear, which prevents him from breaking up with his girlfriend and causing him to sustain injuries. Having said that, it seems as though Colt is undergoing a transformation. Considering that he is more reflective, it is possible that all of his experiences are changing the Fool and providing him with some wisdom that he has earned through hard work. His leg has been seriously wounded, and he has been through a divorce, which has left him in a low ebb, but with hope. Colt has a history of being a presence on screens that is characterized by immaturity. In addition to lying, he has also cheated. In addition to causing trouble, he has placed the responsibility for his issues on other individuals. Currently, it appears that a few glimpses of self-awareness are beginning to emerge. The fact that Colt sees himself as the Fool, a wanderer who possesses a little of a young and naive spirit, gives the impression that he is acquiring a decent understanding of who he is and what he needs to achieve. As a result of displaying his arrested development for the entire world to see, Colt has made significant progress. This could be the reason why the Fool strikes a chord with him. The only way for Colt to go to the next plateau is for him to look inward. When our bodies fail us, which they do on sometimes, we need to broaden our thoughts in order to cope with the situation. There is a need for us to consider where the worth in life lies. It is in the relationships that we have. Love is the driving force behind life. He is love, God. Therefore, provided Colt maintains this course of action, he will not commit any errors. People need to be loved by him, and he should concentrate on those who love him back. That is the key to living a successful life. This fact can be discovered without the use of any magical tools. Right in front of us is where we can find it. When it comes to his most recent conflict, Colt needs to make use of his playful energy and his curiosity. I have high hopes that he will prevail and avoid having his leg amputated, but even if he does lose his limb, there is still hope. Even if a body is different, it can still be attractive, and a body that is crippled can still perform a wide variety of activities. A disability is a severe condition, yet it is not fatal. Because I have one, I am aware of this fact. I suffer from a disability. As you can see in the post that is located above, Colt's leg was injured again in June of 2024. Because of the accidents, Colt's life has been altered. On a trampoline was where the first incident took place. Through the course of the filming of 90 Day, the single life in the year 2022, he was meant to be performing a humorous scene on screen. Subsequently, in a paradoxical turn of events, his circus-inspired antics ended up failing miserably. Unfortunately, he was left with a broken leg, and it wasn't exactly a clean break for him. He had to go through significant physical treatment and retrain himself to walk, which was a fundamental skill. It took him several months to recover from his injury. At this point, Colt had shattered the same leg once again. At the time of the injury, it was most likely still pretty weak, and it is said that he is in a very dangerous condition. The infection spread to the limb, and it is possible that he will lose it. The fact that a celebrity of 90 Day Fiancé has to go through something of such a serious nature is frightening. We can only hope that the infection will clear up and that Colt will be able to keep his leg. Despite the fact that his entire life will be altered if he loses it, at least he will be alive. 90 Days Colt has been forced to travel down some peculiar roads by his fiancé. It is true that he has shattered a heart. He has broken his own heart. As the fool travels around, he picks up knowledge about the world, and some of the lessons he uncovers are challenging. The mysticism that Colt possesses and his drive to understand more about himself may, in the long run, result in significant breakthroughs. When he was younger, he did not appear to be interested in growing up. Although it may be difficult to see Colt struggle with his most recent health difficulty, he is becoming more emotionally full as a result of his journey, and he is resilient enough to live and thrive.